So, happy Valentine's Day if you're looking to do something with your date. Maybe you want to take that special lady out to a dinner and a movie. You do have the option of seeing Madam Web. It came out today. And I thought we could take a look at some of these theaters out there, see if you'll be able to get a seat. Now, I know we did this yesterday, but I went out and asked directly. I said, let's show some of those sold-out theaters. Let's show them that girl power sells. So let's take a look here. We got a lot of responses, and as you can see, there'll be plenty of room for you and your lucky lady. You can have the whole theater to yourself. Here's one right here. One single person. We're going to get to the ratings in a minute, too, because we have user reviews, and they're not going to be in the 90s this time, ladies and gentlemen. Here's another one. Busiest IMAX screening. So this guy looked through all of his IMAXs, and this was the busiest one. You got one guy way up here next to the wheelchair. Got a couple right here, here, and here. That's it. This is embarrassing. I think this is the worst I've ever seen it. Here's some UK numbers. Yeah, you got some people scattered around. This is embarrassing. This movie's going to flop. Probably worse than we thought it was. So, here's one right here. Come on, girls, you're still on time to save this movie from the patriarchy. Here's another one. There's a whole bunch in here. Whole bunch. Here's one. This is from last night, by the way. This isn't last week, 2 weeks ago for pre-sales. No. This is like, in some cases, the day of, like 10 hours ago. This is pretty pathetic. Yeah, here's a real view of what it'll look like. Here's some more. A couple people at this one. Okay, here we go. Okay, this got a couple people there. This one actually has a few, but this isn't enough. This isn't enough. Look at all the Valentines right here on this row. A lot of Valentines. Go check out the Madam Web. Got a couple right here. And so on and so on. I'm just going to roll through these a little bit quicker. But, yeah, you can see that this is a major disaster. And what's funny is this movie has such a little budget. It only will take about, I think, $300 million, $400 million for this movie to make money. And that's likely not going to happen. And that really shows you just how bad how bad this movie will be. This one's kind of sold out. Look at this one. There we go. A lot of people at that one. One lone person here for this one. Oh, here we go. Okay. So some places are going to have a few people in them. But either way, this is still not going to be the norm. So, yeah, this is bad. And it's not going to get any better for Sony. This is the Rotten Tomatoes scores for Sony's Spider-Man universe. The only one I disagree with is the first Venom movie. That movie's not that bad. I actually think it's an okay movie. It's not 30%. I actually disagree with the critics on that one. The rest of them I agree with. Though I haven't seen Madam Web, something tells me it's not going to be a good movie. Listen to this. This is pretty wild. This is from Rolling Stone, one of the shillest shills out there. They call it the Showgirls of comic book cinema. The Showgirls of comic book cinema. It's the Cats, the movie of superhero movies. The critics, they're not running any cover for this one. They've put out some pretty bad reviews on it, but the way that they've worded their reviews are pretty tough this time. I've never seen a movie get called the showgirls of comic book cinema. By the way, no nudity in this, so it's not that showgirls-y. Because at least if it had that, it would have that going for it. Did you see how Dakota Johnson and that other actress for this movie dressed for the red carpet? Why didn't they dress like that in this movie? I'm not saying it would have saved the movie, but it definitely would have made it more tolerable to watch. Why couldn't they dress like that? They're wearing like see-through dresses, and they looked great in them. They should have been like that for the entire movie. Then it would have been the showgirls of comic book cinema. Just saying. So that was this review is a little hard on it. I'll need to see it for myself before I can make those kinds of judgments. I'm hoping that we'll be able to do a review for Flashcast. But when you go to the Rotten Tomatoes and see that it is now at 18%, I think it actually hit 16% at one time. It's come up a little bit. So it's not that low, but it's not going to get better. I can't wait to see the audience score for this. Now, we do have some audience reviews over on Metacritic, where it is also at a 29 and a 1.5 based on user reviews. So here we go from Yugu. Honestly, there's nothing to save. They had the characters, many possible stories, everything for them to succeed. They should be ashamed of themselves. Morbius wasn't amazing, but at least they tried to do something with the characters. And then there's one in another language that I don't know. So, can't read that one. But that's all there is right now. More of these will come in as the day goes on. I can't wait to see what people have to say about this movie. I'm actually looking forward to the user reviews. This is the Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, that's not a good paw spot for her, but she looked really hot too on the red carpet. This movie has attractive women in it. It's like you could have done something here, I think. Maybe. I don't know. I think that these Spider-Man characters are just not meant for their own movies, and I don't think that that's a crazy take. They've never been able to hold themselves up. They're supporting characters for a reason. They shouldn't be in their own movies. You got Venom one time, that worked well, and then the second time it went off the rails. That Craven movie is going to be, I suspect, a giant piece of shit as well. And hopefully, after that one fails, and I'm expecting it to fail badly, they'll stop doing this and learn from this, maybe. I mean, they've already done it a few times, and it's failed every single time, excluding the first Venom. That movie made money. But that movie making a little bit of money, and I don't think, it didn't sound like it blew the doors off the box office. It made a little bit of money. And then inspired them to make an entire cinematic universe of these characters that nobody's ever cared about outside of the Spider-Man comic. I want to say there's never been a Madam Web series because no one's interested in this character. She's a supporting character. One that is very rarely used, too, by the way. But what do I know? What do I know? I'm just a guy that makes videos. Sony's the smart one. They're the ones out here making these fantastic movies, right? These great, great movies that so many people love. And Morbius is going to definitely go down as a classic. Which, by the way, this movie is worse than Morbius, from what I've been told. So, I mean, I think this is going to be a spectacular car crash. It should actually be fun to roast and review on Saturday. I'm kind of looking forward to making fun of it with everybody because I just don't see this being good. So, I will probably see it by Friday, and then I'll give some thoughts on it, and then Saturday will be a great live stream. Looking forward to that Flashcast for sure. Anyway, That's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments below. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.